Stop lying to yourself. You have been sitting in your room visualizing a new car, whispering affirmations into a mirror, and making vision boards covered in pictures you clipped from magazines you can't afford. You think this is manifestation? You think this is the path to power? Let me tell you something right now, and I need you to listen closely. The universe does not respond to beggars. It responds to owners. It responds to conquerors. If you approach your desires like a weak man hoping for a handout from a cruel god, you will die exactly as you are, mediocre and forgotten. They sold you a soft lie. They told you that if you just believe, it will come. That is a fairy tale for children. The truth, the real cold, hard truth that separates the kings from the peasants is this: manifestation is war. You are not asking the universe for a favor. You are taking what is yours by force. And in war, there are no rules. There is no mercy. There is only victory or defeat. Today, we are not going to talk about the secret. We are going to talk about the real secret, the one Niccolò Machiavelli wrote about 500 years ago, the one that built empires, crushed enemies, and forged legends. Welcome to Machiavellian Philosophy Wisdom. My name is your name, and if you are tired of being a passenger in your own life and want to take the wheel like a tyrant commands his kingdom, you are in the right place. Today, we are going to destroy your weak mindset and rebuild it with steel. We are going to cover the 7 Machiavellian manifestation lessons. Forget the vision board. We are building a battle plan. If you are easily offended, if you love your comfort zone, click off now. But if you are ready to wage war on reality itself, press play. Lesson 1: The Lion and the Fox. The first lesson you must learn if you want to manifest power, money, or respect is this: you cannot just be one thing. Weak men are predictable. They are either all aggression or all submission. A Machiavellian is both. Machiavelli said a prince must be both the lion and the fox. The lion to frighten the wolves, and the fox to recognize the snares. Think about your goal right now. You want to manifest a business empire. You cannot just be a lion, charging in, roaring, burning bridges. You will be trapped. You cannot just be a fox, sneaky, clever, but too afraid to strike. You will be devoured. You must master the duality. When you negotiate, you must have the eyes of a fox, reading the room, seeing the weakness in the man across the table. But when the moment comes to close the deal, when resistance appears, you must become the lion. You must strike with such certainty that the other person feels your gravity. This is manifestation. You are not waiting for the universe to hand you the opportunity. You are using your fox-like intelligence to create the snare and your lion-like courage to devour the moment. Most people fail because they try to manifest with the heart of a sheep. They want the reward without the war. Stop it. Decide today, are you the predator or are you the prey? There is no in-between. Lesson 2. Virtù versus Fortuna. Now we come to the core of Machiavellian manifestation. The ancient philosophers and the modern gurus talk about luck as if it's magic. They call it divine timing. Machiavelli had a different name for it. He called it Fortuna. Fortuna is the goddess of luck, of chance, of the unpredictable river of life. Weak men believe that Fortuna is in control. They believe their destiny is written in the stars. They are slaves to circumstance. But Machiavelli gave us the weapon to defeat Fortuna. He called it virtù. Virtù is not virtue like being nice. Virtù is your skill, your willpower, your courage, your ability to impose your order on the chaos. Machiavelli famously said that Fortuna is a woman, and to be mastered, she must be struck and beaten down. Now, before the comments get angry, understand the metaphor. He is saying that luck is wild, it is chaotic. If you sit back and wait for it to come to you, it will drown you. To manifest your desire, you must have virtù. You must be so skilled, so disciplined, so relentless that you force reality to bend to you. When a storm comes, the weak man hides and prays. The man with virtù builds an ark. He doesn't ask the storm to stop. He adapts and uses the storm to travel further than anyone else. If you are waiting for the perfect time to start your business, to ask for the raise, to approach the partner, you are a slave to fortuna. The perfect time is a lie. You create the perfect time with the sword of your will. That is Machiavellian manifestation. It is not asking, it is taking by force of skill. Lesson 3. The end justifies the means. This is the most famous line in political philosophy, and it is the one that terrifies the weak. The end justifies the means. When you hear that, your soft modern brain thinks it means go be evil. No, it means stop being precious about your methods. You want to manifest a new reality. You are currently living in an old reality. To get from the old to the new, you have to break some things. You have to break habits. You have to break comfort. You might have to break relationships with people who are keeping you small. The weak man says, I want to be rich, but I don't want to work 80 hours a week. The weak man says, I want to be fit, but I love eating sugar. The weak man says, I want to be respected, but I don't want to be feared. The Machiavellian understands that if the end goal is worthy, if it is the manifestation of your true potential, then the means you use to get there are justified. Are you willing to be misunderstood? Are you willing to be called cold or ruthless by people who have never achieved anything? If the end is your freedom, your power, your mission, then yes. You must look at your goal. Look at where you are now. Draw a straight line between them, and then walk that line. If there is a swamp of doubt in the way, walk through it. If there is a mountain of fear, climb it. If there is a person telling you you can't, walk over them. The destination justifies the journey. Stop asking for permission to win. Lesson 4. It is better to be feared than loved. Now we get dark. You want to manifest a powerful presence. You want to walk into a room and own it. You want people to respect you. How do you get it? By being nice? Machiavelli asked the question, is it better to be loved or feared? His answer? Ideally both. But since it's hard to have both, if you have to choose, choose fear. Why? Because love is held by a thread of gratitude. People love you as long as you are useful to them. The moment you stop providing, that love turns to hate. Fear, however, is maintained by the dread of punishment. It is consistent. When you become a man of power, you do not need to be liked by everyone. You need to be respected. And respect is often just a more civilized word for fear. In your life, in your manifestation, you must set boundaries that are like walls of stone. If you are trying to manifest a successful business, you cannot be loved by your employees if they are lazy. You must be feared enough that they work to their potential. If you are trying to manifest a romantic relationship, you cannot be a doormat hoping for love. You must have the frame, the power, the presence that commands respect. Do not seek validation. Do not seek to be the nice guy. Nice guys finish last because they are afraid of the conflict required to win. Be the man who is respected. Be the man who is feared. When people know you have standards and you are willing to enforce them, the universe and the people in it will give you what you want just to stay out of your way. Lesson 5. Appearance is reality. Here is a truth that will set you free or break your heart. Perception is reality. It doesn't matter who you think you are, it matters who the world perceives you to be. Machiavelli was a master of this. He advised the prince to appear merciful, faithful, humane, religious, and upright, but to be otherwise if necessary. This is not about lying, this is about strategy. In the game of manifestation, you must control the narrative.
If you are trying to manifest wealth, you must dress like you already have it, not with fake logos, but with self-respect. If you are trying to manifest confidence, you must move slowly, speak deeply, and hold eye contact. You must act as if. The weak man says, "I'll be confident when I succeed." The Machiavellian knows you succeed because you are confident. You must become the actor playing the role of the man you want to be. Eventually, the mask fuses with the face. Look at your life. How do you present yourself? Do you look like a victim? Do you talk like a victim? Do you walk like a victim? If you do, the world will treat you like one. Change the appearance. Change the reality. Dress like a king. Act like a king, and the peasants will bow. It sounds shallow to the weak mind, but to the strategic mind, it is simply using the tools of psychology to win. Lesson 6. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. You want to manifest power? You need intelligence. You cannot hide from your enemies. You cannot ignore the competition. The weak man avoids conflict. He sticks his head in the sand and hopes the competition goes away. The competition never goes away. Machiavelli teaches us to engage, to watch, to study. Your enemies are your greatest teachers. They show you your weaknesses. They show you the gaps in your armor. If you have a rival at work who is trying to take your promotion, do not just hate him, study him. Why is he effective? What does he do that you don't? How does he think? By keeping your enemies closer, you neutralize their threat. You learn their patterns. And once you know their patterns, you can predict their moves. And once you can predict their moves, you can control the game. In your manifestation journey, your enemy is not just a person. Your enemy is laziness. Your enemy is procrastination. Your enemy is the voice that says, tomorrow. Do not run from these enemies. Invite them into your awareness. Watch them. See how they operate. When you know exactly when you are about to get lazy, you can strike first and kill that impulse. Know your enemies so well that you defeat them before they even attack. Lesson 7. The courage to be unloved. Finally, the 7th lesson, the ultimate price of power. To manifest the life of a king, you must accept that you will not be popular with the peasants. A man who tries to make everyone happy is a man who ends up miserable. Machiavelli said, "For a man who wants to make a profession of good in all regards must come to ruin among so many who are not good." If you are trying to be a saint in a world of wolves, you will be eaten. To be a Machiavellian manifester, you must have the courage to be disliked. You must be willing to walk alone. You must be willing to have people misunderstand you, talk about you, and turn their backs on you. This is the price of admission. When you stop seeking approval, you become terrifyingly powerful, because nothing can hurt you. No one can blackmail you with social rejection. You become a force of nature. A lion does not lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. If you want to manifest your destiny, you must shed your need for external validation. You must become your own judge, your own jury, and your own executioner of your goals. Look at yourself in the mirror right now. The person looking back at you is either your greatest ally or your worst enemy. You have been given the 7 lessons, the lion and the fox, the power of virtù over fortuna, the justifiable means, the power of fear, the control of appearance, the strategy of knowing your enemy, and the courage to stand alone. The question is not whether the universe will give you what you want. The question is whether you have the spine to take it. Manifestation is war. And in war, there are no participation trophies. There are no ribbons for trying hard. There are only winners, and there are the forgotten. If you enjoyed this video, if something inside you woke up, I want you to prove it. I want you to take one action today that the old you would have been too afraid to take. Send the email, make the hard call, go to the gym when you want to sleep, and subscribe to this channel. Join the Order of the Machiavellian. We are building an army of foxes and lions here. Turn on notifications because we are just getting started. The weak will fall away, the strong will stay. Now get out of my sight. You have a war to win.